Hello again. This is going to be a pretty short video, and considering that just yesterday I released this whole long-ass interview with a fellow detransitioner, I think it's cool to just mix things up and make shorter videos every once in a while, considering a lot of them are pretty long, right? Like, most of my videos are a marathon. Um, I have been on YouTube for quite a while now, right? And what comes with YouTube is some negativity, right? It's unavoidable if you are someone who is considering doing YouTube, or you're already doing it and you're dealing with negativity, you're dealing with hate. This might be a video for you. So here's some advice. So most of the comments I receive are very positive. I get a lot of really lovely comments and messages, and I appreciate that, and I always appreciate people who watch my content and comment on my videos. Even if it's criticism, because there's a huge difference between hate and criticism. When you are out there on YouTube and you put yourself out, you have to be prepared. Of course, you're going to receive criticism. That is something you have to be prepared for. Now, some of that criticism is justified, some of it is unjustified. In some cases people may be wrong, but in some cases people may be right, and perhaps you should listen to that criticism. I know a lot of people hate being criticized, or they hate when people disagree with them. I think that's a natural part of life. Like, not everyone is thinking like you, not everyone is going to agree with you, and especially when it comes to making the type of content that is political, leans towards the political sphere. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to think like you, and if you're not prepared for that, don't do YouTube, or at least don't make this type of content. Make some type of content you think is interesting and fun, but if you want to go into this debate sphere, that is not for everyone. You have to have a certain type of personality, or you have to develop certain skills to be able to deal with that. And when it comes to criticism, I don't mind it at all, because I analyze those critical comments I received from my own critical perspective, and I'm coming to the conclusion whether there's something the person said that I should take to heart, maybe something I should improve, maybe something I was wrong about, and it is an opportunity for me to learn more, maybe, open my mind to different perspectives, see things from a different angle, and that's great. Maybe there's something I was wrong about there, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be right all the time, and that is the fear a lot of people have with just being wrong about something. And there's nothing wrong with being wrong. Like, you can't go throughout your life and never be wrong about something. And there should be no shame around it. I think people should admit it more openly when they are wrong about something, That's how you learn, that's how you grow. But now, of course, not every comment that is maybe not so lovely and rainbowy is going to be criticism. Some of it is just outright, straight negativity or even hate. And, people might be thinking, as a detransitioner myself, probably a lot of that hate would be coming from trans people. And you know what? No, that is not the case, because most of the comments I have received on my channel coming from trans people were actually pretty nice. Those are either lovely comments, and those were comments of people who disagreed with me, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with everything I have to say. And obviously, being who I am, even the nature of being a detransitioner, it comes with a certain amount of controversy, you could say. You can't go around being openly detrans and not cause controversy. That would be an oxymoron, right? At least in the current climate, of course. But no, most of that comment comes actually from more right-leaning people, people who tell me I'm batshit insane, that I'm the weirdest individual they've ever seen, that there's something deeply wrong with me, or that I belong in an asylum, I should be locked up for what I've done, the mistakes I've made. And I own my mistakes, but to some people that just won't matter. To them, I'm just a nutcase. Or those will be people who would just call me names. And here's the thing: what do you do in a cases like that? Because it's not just in my particular case when it comes to the detrans stuff. I'm also on the spectrum, and I received some negative comments because of that. There's probably something about you that people are going to pick up on. Like that's just how some people are. And how do you deal with that? What exactly do you do? Here's what helps me. And honestly, I just don't care anymore. I laugh about a lot of those comments, Why? Because why the hell should I care what someone out there on the internet thinks? Just why should I care? What does it matter? Who are those people to me? I focus on the positive relationships I have in my life, with my parents, my friends, my partner. That's what matters to me. Those are people who matter to me. Why should an opinion, a negative opinion of someone I've never met, matter to me that much that it affects my day? Don't let it affect you, And if you feel it, if you ever feel it affecting you in a negative way, just focus on those people who know you, focus on the people who love you, because they know the real you. That person doesn't know shit, okay? Some people just have a need to be negative, some people have a need to be an asshole, and you just happen to stand on their way, to be on the receiving end of that gift. Another thing I would recommend is just not taking this all too seriously. Think of those comments in like comedic terms. Should you be replying to those comments? Depends. Where do you stand mentally? Is that an exchange of words you are prepared for? Or would you rather not risk your mental health and rather not engage with that? I don't think there is a one size fits all answer here. I think it depends on who you are, really, and you know yourself better than anyone. So if engaging in that is something you want to do, go ahead. So a lot of the time it's pointless, but what I mentioned about thinking of those comments in comedic terms, sometimes you might engage with those comments just for fun, to be honest. Just recently, someone said that I am like the most screwed up individual they have seen. And my response to that was, well, welcome to the internet. I don't think I've seen much. Because, if you spend time on the internet, you'll see a lot of crazy stuff, right? And you think, I'm the most screwed up individual, well, you haven't seen much. And like I said, if dealing with that type of negativity is not something you're mentally and emotionally prepared for, don't go there. And I have experience with bullying, being bullied quite a lot in middle school. And sometimes, when you expose yourself to that sort of negativity, if you had a past experience with bullying, it can open some old wounds, You don't always want to do that, unless you really work on yourself to the point where you feel strong enough to be able to face that sort of thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't really recommended. People would say, oh, you know, in order to get stronger there, you have to expose yourself to something. No, I have to disagree with that. You know, I think that you should work on yourself alone, at your own pace and your own terms before you expose yourself to something. It's sort of like with, you know, martial arts. You're going to be practicing martial arts quite a lot before you get in a real fight, right? Whereas, oh, okay, well, you know what? I did martial arts for 3 weeks. Let's go out there and kick someone's ass, right? Even though I don't think it should ever be recommended to just go out there looking for fights, but besides the point, right? Like, that's not how you strengthen yourself up. You practice, you train, so you become strong enough to be able to face that sort of danger. And when it comes to your mental strength, it's the same way. So work on that alone before you expose yourself to that. And if you think you are prepared, go ahead. And besides, you know, YouTube has some functions to delete those types of comment, but it's far from perfect. A lot of the times it removes comments that aren't even negative, that aren't hateful in any way. But so, you know, it's far from perfect, obviously. Anyway, I thought it was helpful, and yeah, like I said, if you're doing YouTube, some things are unavoidable, and you have to be prepared for that. Good luck with your YouTube journey. If you are doing YouTube, post in the comments how you're dealing with those types of comments and what kind of content are you making. If there are any of my viewers who are making their own content, please share it, because yeah, I would like to know what you're doing, what you're up to. Okay, have a good day and take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.